Well, hello. I am Officer Nathan. I am the director of Winter Adventures Guide School.
Okay, so I got a few questions for you regarding the helicopter. So, is the helicopter staff only?
The helicopter is not staff only. If you join the guide school, you can be trained to fly the helicopter behind me. You can also join Search and Rescue. The Search and Rescue Division also has their own helicopter as well, although that one is currently being repaired and fixed up to be put in game. This helicopter that's issued to the guide school, this is the Airbus H-145. The Search and Rescue Division, they have an NH-90.
One of the most common questions that people get when you're able to fly is, can you fly to the summits with the helicopter?
So this completely depends on how we're asking the question. If you mean fly to it to get a summit, no, you cannot fly to get a summit. We are required to fly within from base camp to Camp 4. We cannot fly anywhere above Camp 4. However, can this helicopter fly up to the summit level? Yes, it can. It can fly up to that height, but we're not allowed to.
Are there any situations where, like, you would ever fly up to the summit to save someone, for example?
Realistically, no. Since we're not allowed to, once you pass Camp 4, you're beyond help from the helicopter. What might happen, though, is we might send up a helicopter, drop off a doctor crew at Camp 4, and they would hike up to you.
Minimal services up there.
Minimal services.
The guide school, right?
Correct.
How do you join the guide school? What does it take?
So the guide school, it's free to join. All you have to really do is just join the group, both on Roblox and in the Discord. And then from there, it's really just attend the trainings. You're required to have 5 summits at least to continue with training past your first, I believe, 2 trainings. And then once you do that, you can apply. If you want to fly a helicopter, you can apply to the pilot school, and there's a little bit more training involved with that.
Okay. And you're involved in the pilots program?
I'm involved in the pilot program. I'm one of their senior pilot instructors, as well, of course, as the director.
Oh, okay. So you're like...
Well, not the director of the guide school. I'm just, overall director.
Yeah,
but...
just the program director of the pilots program?
The pilot program, no, I don't direct that. That is, the current director is Fox Gaming, and he's been in charge of running the program itself. I'm just in charge of everything from moderation to the normal guide school to pilot school, etc., etc.
So you're like the moderation endpoint?
I'm just the director of all of the guide school.
Oh, so you're like more of an overseer than a director?
You could say that.
Okay. Do you do you manage the moderators in
yes.
the guide school servers?
Well, I don't manage them. That is set out to my board of director, Ferdo 15. He's been doing a great job with managing our moderation team, but it's not directly my job.
Gotcha. How do you typically go about utilizing this helicopter to aid other climbers?
So, this helicopter, it has a stretcher on the inside, but we cannot lower a stretcher from the helicopter itself. We do not have personnel that carry stretchers on board. So what happens with this helicopter is we will take it up and fly to you. Hopefully we can find hopefully, and this is what we prefer to do, is we want to try and find a nice level space where we can land the helicopter. However, because it is a mountain, there's a lot of mountainous terrain, and sometimes we'll be required to hover off to the side. We'll drop off a doctor, and they'll come and tend to you. Now, if you need more extensive help, or you need to get food, water, any other provision, what we'll do at that point is you can get on board the helicopter, and we would have to fly, and we can only fly you down either to the last camp you were at, or we fly you down to the base camp, whichever one's easiest.
Okay. As a doctor, do you have access to like a rope stretcher tool, or is that just SNR?
No, currently that's only for search and rescue.
Do you normally like partner up with like SNR people, to
So,
do flights like this, like patrols?
so originally we had it set up where search and rescue would fly with us. Um, it was going to be a combined team. You'd have a search and rescue person, one search and rescue personnel on board, and two pilots from the guide school, and we would work in tandem. However, that got changed. They're now two separate uh, HEMS systems. We have the guide school, and then we also have search and rescue, and we both can operate and run to help rescue people.
Why did SNR doctors decide to go separate ways?
That was due because currently search and rescue is having some issues with their gear, so they wanted to have their own helicopter, and we agreed that we would have this helicopter right here, the H-145. This would be the helicopter issued to the guide school, while search and rescue would get the NH-90, which is being repaired at the moment. The NH-90 has a little bit more to it. It has a spotlight on theirs, and they also have a stretcher that they can drop. We don't have that ability.
In your experience as a paramedic, right? What's the most common mistake everyone makes on average?
Well, I can range from most of the things. I rarely see this, but it's running out of provisions, so I really can't say that that's one that I see a lot. It's mostly just looking where you're walking and stuff. It's very easy for somebody who's not doing that to fall into a hole or otherwise get injured. That's what most things that we get called out to is people just not watching and falling into holes, caverns, little crevices. Look where you're walking. Don't get distracted.
Right.
And pay attention to the signs. The signs are there to help you.
Definitely pay attention to the signs.
The other thing is there are also kill command pieces on the mountain. For example, some rocks have a kill command on them, so if you touch them, it will kill you. There's also wind. If you go between Camp 4 and the between Camp 4 and the summit, there is a ridge. There's like a bit of a ridge wall, and you'd want to stay on the inside of that, or the wind would kill you as well.
Isn't that called the Hillary step?
That is the Hillary step if you're coming in from I believe it's the South Col.
Oh,
However, if you're going up to the North Col, there is another. It goes over to that area too.
Understood. Is there one of these on Lotse as well?
The kill.
The killer rocks.
So the kill command, I don't believe there's much of that on Hotse. I don't believe there's one on there.
Okay.
Not from what I find. I don't remember it happening to me.
Gotcha.
But it's always still a good idea to just look out. Just be safe.
Yeah, be safe. Play it safe. Take it slow. Look ahead of you. Don't fall into any obvious holes, because that would be kind of embarrassing. And read the signs.
Situational awareness is important.
Yeah, situational awareness is very important when it comes to this mountain.
Oh yes.
That is all the questions we have. So thank you for your time.
All right, you're welcome.
And we hope to see you out there some more.
No, you definitely will.
All right, that's good to hear.